Welcome to Sacred Stillness. If you click this video, maybe something inside you has grown quiet, not in peace, but in absence. You smile when you need to, you laugh when others do. You function, you show up, you keep moving, but inside something feels missing. Not broken, not hopeless, just flat. There was a time joy felt natural, effortless, like sunlight pouring into your chest. But now, it's like trying to remember a dream that's already fading. You reach for it, but it slips through your fingers. And maybe no one sees it because you're still okay. You're still the strong one, the calm one, the one who handles everything. But inside, you ache because joy feels like a language you forgot, because you can't remember the last time you felt alive. This prayer is for you. Not the version of you everyone knows, but the quiet, aching soul behind your eyes. Together, we will whisper 100 prayers for every silent sigh, for every hollow smile, for every time you wondered if happiness was still for you. So close your eyes, breathe slowly, and let your soul be still. You're not alone, and joy is not lost forever. Let us begin.
Prayer number 1. God, I smile, but I don't feel it inside. God, I smiled again today. To the world, I look fine. To my friends, I'm still the strong one. I laugh at the right moments, I say the right words, but inside I feel nothing. No light, no spark, just a dull ache that won't name itself. It's not that I'm in pain. It's not that I'm grieving anything in particular, but joy feels like something I used to know. Like a song I once sang by heart but can't recall anymore. Like something that lived inside me but quietly left without saying goodbye. I don't know how to explain this numbness, God, because I'm still standing, still smiling, still going through the motions, but nothing touches me anymore. I miss feeling alive. I miss laughing so hard it hurt. I miss being surprised by happiness. Now I just try to make it through the day without collapsing inward. Please, God, I don't need you to fix everything. I just want to feel real again. To smile not out of habit, but from the heart. Come sit with me in this empty space. Don't ask me to pretend. Don't wait for me to be better. Just be here, with me, as I am, because I still believe joy exists, even if I can't feel it now, even if I've forgotten how to hold it. So I offer you my tired smile and ask you to hold what I can't anymore. Amen. Prayer number 2. I laugh in rooms, but I feel like a ghost. God, I sit in rooms filled with laughter, but mine feels like an echo, a hollow sound that doesn't come from joy, but from memory. I know how to play the part. I know how to light up my face, but deep down it feels like I'm watching myself from a distance, like I'm there and not there at all, like a ghost walking through life. There's a kind of loneliness that doesn't scream. It just lingers in the corners of your chest. It stays quiet. It keeps functioning, but it never really feels home. I wonder, God, when did joy stop feeling real? When did I stop laughing without checking if I should? When did I stop belonging to the moment I was in? I'm not asking you to make me someone else. I just want to come back to myself, to be present, to be alive, not just visible. Please, God, restore the part of me that feels, not just reacts. not just performs, but truly, honestly feels. Help me find my way out of this invisible place, because I want to come back to life, to joy, to you. Amen. Prayer number 3. Joy feels like a language I forgot. God, if joy were a language, then I've forgotten how to speak it. I know the words, I know what it's supposed to sound like, but it doesn't live in me anymore. At least, not fluently. I used to speak joy without effort. It rolled off my soul like second nature. But now it feels like a phrase I can't pronounce, awkward, foreign, out of reach. I listen to others laugh, I watch them dance in light, and I wonder, was I ever like that? Did I really used to shine? God, I don't know how to get it back. This language of happiness, this rhythm of laughter, this presence of aliveness. I'm not sure where I lost it. Maybe it was slow. Maybe I let it fade every time I chose survival over wonder. Every time I stayed quiet instead of reaching for joy. But I want to learn again. I want to be fluent in joy. Even if it takes time. Even if I sound broken at first. Teach me, God. Speak joy into me again. Let it rise from silence like music. Because I want to sing again. Even if I whisper at first. Amen. Prayer number 4. I miss who I used to be when I laughed freely. God, I remember her. The version of me who laughed with her whole chest. Who didn't overthink her joy. Who didn't apologize for being loud or light. I miss her. The girl who smiled without shame. Who giggled in the dark just because something small felt magical. She was me. But now, she feels like a stranger I used to know. I don't know when I stopped being her. Maybe the world got too heavy. Maybe I got tired of defending my joy. Maybe I grew cautious, afraid to laugh in case it disappeared again. But God, I want her back. Not because she was perfect, but because she was present. She didn't hide behind numbness. She didn't shrink behind silence. She lived. Even if she was broken. Even if she cried sometimes. And now I'm still here, but I don't feel like me. God, if she's still in here somewhere, help me find her. Help me remember the lightness. Help me reclaim the sacred act of laughing. Freely, honestly, without fear. Amen. Prayer number 5. When did happiness start to feel like a lie? God, I don't remember the moment it shifted, but somewhere along the way, happiness started to feel like something fake. Not for others, just for me. Like when people ask, "How are you?" And I say, "I'm good." But the words taste like dust, like something I'm rehearsing, not living. I used to feel joy in real, wild ways. Now it feels like a script, like a role I've been assigned. And I've become really good at pretending. But God, you see past the performance. You see the part of me that stays silent after the applause, that crawls into bed feeling untouched by the day. I don't want to lie anymore. Not to myself, not to you, not to this life you've given me. So I'm telling you the truth now. I'm tired of pretending happiness. I want the real thing, even if it's small, even if it's quiet, even if it takes time. Meet me in the honesty, God, because I know you don't need me to be okay. You just want me to be real. So here I am, not okay, but reaching for joy anyway. Amen.
Prayer number 6. I'm tired of pretending I'm okay. God, I've gotten so good at acting okay that sometimes I even fool myself. I check the boxes. I answer the messages. I even make people laugh.
But when the day ends and the silence returns, so does the truth. I am tired. Not just in body, but in soul. Tired of pretending, tired of smiling like everything's fine, tired of hiding behind productivity, as if that could ever substitute for peace. There's no big tragedy I can point to, just a quiet ache I carry everywhere. Please, God, let me take off the mask when I talk to you. Let this be the one place where I don't have to be strong or cheerful or composed. Let me be tired here. Let me be honest here. Because even if no one else sees it, you do. And you stay. Amen. Prayer number 7. I'm not broken, just hollow. God, sometimes I wonder what's wrong with me. Why I don't feel things the way I used to. Why everything seems muted, distant, dim. But maybe I'm not broken, just hollow. Like I gave too much for too long and forgot how to refill myself. Like I poured out love, care, energy, until all that was left was space. People say, take care of yourself, but how do you care for a soul that doesn't respond? I don't want to be dramatic. I just want to feel like a person again, not a vessel, not a routine. Please, God, fill these hollow places with something gentle, even just a flicker of warmth. A soft reminder that I'm still here, still real, still capable of joy. Even if I can't feel it today, let me trust that I will again. Amen. Prayer number 8. I'm still functioning, but I'm not living. God, from the outside, it looks like I'm doing fine. I go to work. I check the list. I reply to the messages. I even show up when people need me. But somewhere along the way, I stopped living. I just function. There's no music in my steps, no excitement in my breath, no wonder in my eyes. I wake up, I push through, I lie down, I repeat. And I've accepted it as normal. But I don't want to anymore. God, I want more than survival. I want more than just checking off another day. I want to feel again, to love my life, not just maintain it, to find meaning in the mundane. Show me how to come alive again, not in grand, dramatic ways, but in the quiet moments where joy used to live. Amen. Prayer number 9. I don't need fireworks, God. I just want to feel warm. God, I'm not asking for miracles. I'm not expecting sudden bursts of happiness or overwhelming joy that sweeps me off my feet. I just want to feel warm again. I want to wake up and feel a little light inside. I want to pass through the day with something soft in my chest. I want to laugh and actually feel the echo. Not fireworks, but just warmth. A small light in a cold room, a gentle hand resting on my shoulder, a quiet reminder that I'm not frozen. Please, God, bring back the warmth, even if it's slow. Even if I barely notice it at first. Let it come back to me, not as a storm, but as a steady flame that says, you're still here. And that's enough. Amen. Prayer number 10.
I forgot what it felt to be excited about tomorrow. God, when I was younger, tomorrow was full of wonder. I stayed up dreaming, imagining, hoping. But now, tomorrow just feels more of the same. The same tired rhythm, the same noise, the same empty spaces. I forgot what it felt like to look forward to something, to wake up with expectancy, to count down to joy, to believe that something beautiful might be waiting. I miss that version of myself, the one who dreamed of new days, the one who believed in possibilities. Please, God, help me look forward again, not because everything is perfect, but because hope is still possible. Let me wake up with a reason to smile, even if it's small, even if it's quiet. Let me believe that tomorrow still holds joy I haven't met yet. Amen.
Prayer number 11. I used to wake up with hope. Now I just wake up. God, I remember a time when mornings felt like a beginning. I'd wake up with hope. Soft, simple, but real. Like the world was offering me something new if I just showed up. But lately, I just wake up. No excitement, no light. Just another day to get through. I open my eyes, but my heart stays asleep. I move, but I'm not moving forward. It's all routine. Clock in, clock out, hold it together. I miss the version of me who looked forward to things, even little things. A walk, a coffee, a conversation. Now it all blends into gray. God, I want to feel the morning again, not just survive it. I want to wake up with wonder, not weariness. I want to greet the day as something sacred, not something I have to endure. Please restore my mornings. Bring back the sense that life is still unfolding, still beautiful, still worth waking up for. Even if the joy is small, let it be real. Amen. Prayer number 12. I feel guilty for not being happy. God, people tell me I should be grateful, that I have so much, that others have it worse. And I know they're right. I really do. But gratitude and joy are not the same thing. I am thankful, but that doesn't change the emptiness I feel. That doesn't suddenly make me happy. And yet, I feel guilty for even admitting this. Like I'm failing at life because I can't summon joy on command. I don't want to feel this way. I don't want to seem ungrateful. I just want to be honest. Because maybe the only way to find joy again is to stop pretending I never lost it. So God, can you hold my honesty without judgment? Can you receive my sadness without comparing it to someone else's? I'm not asking for more. I'm asking to feel what I already have, to connect to what's good instead of just recognizing it. Please lift the shame and let me sit with you in truth, because you are not offended by my emptiness. You just want to fill it. Amen. Prayer number 13. I miss laughing until I cry. God, I miss that kind of laughter, the wild, unstoppable kind that steals your breath and leaves your cheeks sore and your soul shining. I miss laughing until I cry. When the joy felt so real, it poured out of me like light. When did that go away? Now my laughter is controlled, measured, safe. Not because I don't want to laugh, but because I'm not sure I know how anymore. I want to feel that kind of joy again, the kind that surprises me, that takes over, that reminds me how human I am and how divine laughter can be. I want joy that fills rooms, that lingers, that echoes in my bones long after the moment passes. Please, God, let me laugh like that again. Don't give me a reason, just give me the ability. Teach my body how to feel joy again. Let my soul remember what it means to surrender to lightness. Amen. Prayer number 14. I wish joy didn't feel so far away. God, joy feels distant, like it lives in another country where I no longer speak the language. I see it in others, I remember it in me, but it doesn't feel near. I wish I could touch it, reach for it, invite it in, but it feels like something that passes me by, like a train I'm too slow to catch. I want it so badly, but don't know how to hold it. And the more I try, the more it seems to disappear. Please, God, close the distance. Bridge the gap between me and joy. Bring it closer, not in grand ways, but in moments. Moments where I notice something beautiful. Moments where I remember I'm alive. Moments where I forget to overthink and just feel. Let joy stop feeling so far away. Let it knock gently on my door again. And when it does, help me open the door. Amen. Prayer number 15. I smile in pictures, but I don't know that person. God, I look at old pictures of me, laughing, glowing, carefree, and I wonder, who is she? She looks like me, but she feels like someone I used to know. Even now, I still smile in photos, still pose, still wear the mask, but the person behind the smile feels distant, hidden, lost. It's not that I'm faking it, I just don't know how to connect to the joy I'm trying to show. God, I want to recognize myself again, not just in pictures, but in real life. I want to smile and feel it, to see photos and say, yes, that's me, that's real, that's true. Restore my sense of self. Reunite me with the soul that used to shine so easily. Bring my inside back to my outside. Let my smile come from within again. Amen.
Prayer number 16. Joy feels like something that happened in another life. God, sometimes I think about joy like it was a chapter in a book I used to read, a story that belonged to someone else, a version of me that felt too much and loved too loudly and smiled like it meant something. Now joy feels like a distant memory, like a dream I woke up from too soon. I can't reach it. I can't hold it. It just flickers behind my eyes and disappears before I can grasp it. People talk about choosing joy, but how do I choose something that feels like it isn't mine anymore? How do I believe in something that feels like it belonged to a former version of me, the one who hadn't been tired for this long? Please, God, help me believe that joy is not a past tense, that it didn't die with who I used to be, that it can still return, even here, even now. Let joy be reborn, not in the person I was, but in the person I'm becoming, slowly, quietly, with you. Amen. Prayer number 17. When did numbness become my normal? God, I didn't notice it at first. The slow dulling of everything, the way I stopped reacting, the way good news felt muted, and beauty passed me by without stirring anything. I didn't wake up one day and say, this is who I am now. It just happened, like dust settling in a room, until I couldn't see clearly anymore. Now I'm used to it. The numbness, the going through the motions, the emotional flatline I've called normal. But this isn't who I want to be. I want to care again, to feel again, to ache with joy the way I used to ache with pain. Because even pain is proof that you're alive. God, if I'm numb, breathe life into me again. Even if it's messy, even if it hurts at first, wake up my soul, shake off the dust, and remind me what it means to feel human again. Amen. Prayer number 18. Is it okay to tell you I'm bored with life? God, this feels strange to say, but I'm bored. Not ungrateful, not angry, just weary of the repetition. Every day feels the same, like a rerun of a show I used to love, but now watch out of habit. I want more, God. Not more stuff, not more noise, just more meaning, more aliveness, more you. I know I'm supposed to find wonder in the ordinary, but right now, even the extraordinary feels muted. So I'm asking, is it okay to say this out loud? To tell you that I'm bored with life and hungry for something that stirs me? I don't want to run from this feeling. I want to bring it to you so you can meet me in it. Because if joy is found in you, then maybe that's where I need to begin again. Amen. Prayer number 19. My joy didn't die, it faded quietly. God, no one ever told me that joy doesn't always vanish. Sometimes it just fades, softly, softly, until one day you notice it hasn't shown up in a while. That's what happened to me. My joy didn't shatter. It slipped away in small pieces on ordinary days, and I didn't chase it because I was too tired, too distracted, too convinced it would come back on its own. But it didn't, and now I miss it, even though I'm not sure how to call it back. God, if joy is still within reach, help me take one small step towards it. Help me rebuild it, not with grand gestures, but with little moments that feel like light. Let it return, like the quiet opening of a window I didn't know was shut. Let it come home. Amen. Prayer number 20. I need you to remind me what happiness even feels like. God, it's been so long, I don't even know what I'm waiting for anymore. What does happiness feel like? Is it warmth? Is it peace? Is it energy in my chest? Or silence in my soul? I don't know. I've forgotten. And that scares me, because if I can't name it, how will I ever recognize it when it returns? So I'm asking you, God, not just to give me joy, but to teach me joy again. Remind me what happiness feels like, what it sounds like, what it moves inside my spirit. Let it start small, a breath, a blink, a brief flicker of maybe. Because if you're in it, even the faintest joy can become a sunrise. I'm ready to remember. Amen.
Prayer number 21. God, teach me how to feel again. God, I've forgotten how to feel. Not because I want to be numb, but because it's been easier than breaking. I protected myself from disappointment, from loss, from the sting of hope that didn't bloom. But somewhere in the shielding, I also blocked out joy, excitement, wonder. I don't want to live behind this wall anymore. It kept pain out, but it kept you out too. Please, God, teach me how to feel again, how to let life reach me, how to open the door, even if it makes me vulnerable. Let me start small. A smile, I mean. A tear that's welcome.
a moment of awe I let sink in. I'm not asking to feel everything at once. I'm just asking to feel something true, alive, and mine. Amen. Prayer number 22. I want to want again. God, my heart feels like it's been in sleep mode. Like the switch that once lit up my soul has been turned off for too long. I don't chase things like I used to. I don't imagine. I don't desire. And sometimes I wonder, is it burnout or just forgetting how to hope? I want to want again. Not just things, not just goals, but life, moments, you. I want to look forward to something, to feel the spark of anticipation without fear that it will burn me. Please reignite that place inside me that dares to reach, that dreams, that hungers, not for more, but for meaning. Wake up my soul, God. Let it stretch again. Let it long again. Let it want again. Amen. Prayer number 23. Please soften my heart. God, my heart has grown harder than I meant for it to. Not angry, not bitter, just closed. It happened quietly, with each letdown, with each time I had to be strong, with each smile that didn't reach my chest. Now I struggle to feel, to connect, to care. And I hate it because this isn't who I want to be. Please soften my heart, not all at once, not with force, but gently, like water shaping stone over time. Let kindness get in. Let warmth take root. Let laughter have space to return. I don't want to walk through life as a version of myself with no depth. I want to feel again, even if it hurts, even if it's slow. Melt the numbness, Lord. Turn it into something tender. Amen. Prayer number 25. I miss the spark in my eyes. God, there was a time when something lit up inside me, and it showed in my eyes. You could see it in the way I looked at the world, hopeful, curious, bright. Now when I look in the mirror, I see tired. I see effort, but I don't see the spark. It's not just about joy, it's about aliveness, that inner flicker that says, I'm still here and I still care. I want that back, Lord, not for appearances, but for me. I want to feel that fire again, the one that reminded me I was built for more than just endurance. Reignite me. Let my eyes light up again, with hope, with love, with joy that's not forced, but real. Amen. Prayer number 26. Wake me up from this emotional sleep. God, I feel like I've been sleeping with my eyes open, moving, working, smiling, but nothing stirs beneath the surface. Like I've been on autopilot for too long, alive in body, but asleep in spirit. There are things happening around me, moments of beauty, opportunities for laughter, tiny miracles you've scattered in my day, but I don't feel them. I don't respond. I want to wake up, Lord. Not physically, I'm already moving, but emotionally, spiritually, soul deep. Shake me gently, nudge me back to wonder. Let my spirit stretch and blink in the morning light. I don't want to sleep through my own life. Please wake me up from this numbness I've called normal. Let me feel again. Amen. Prayer number 27. I want joy without fear it will disappear. God, I think I started fearing joy, not because I don't want it, but because it feels temporary, fragile, like something borrowed that will soon be taken back. I've known what it's like to laugh in one moment and feel the crash in the next, to hope only to be disappointed, to open my heart only to feel it drop. So now, even when joy comes near, I hold my breath. I brace for the fall. I ruin the moment by fearing its ending. Please, God, heal this fear. Let me hold joy without suspicion. Let me welcome it without preparing for its loss. Let me trust that not every beautiful thing is just a setup for pain. Give me joy that lingers, even if it's small, even if it's quiet, and help me stop running from the very thing my soul is starving for. Amen. Prayer number 28. Show me beauty again, God. God, everything feels gray lately, muted, flat. I walk past flowers and barely notice them. I hear music, but it doesn't move me. I see the sunset, but it just looks like the end of another tired day. Where did my sense of wonder go? I used to feel beauty so deeply. It made me pause. It softened my breath. It reminded me I was alive. Now it's like I'm wearing emotional sunglasses. Everything is there, but nothing reaches me. Please, God, show me beauty again. Not just in grand scenes, but in tiny, sacred moments. The way light falls on a table, the sound of someone's laughter, the feeling of being known. Let my eyes open again. Let my spirit rise to meet what's beautiful, not to impress me, but to awaken me. Amen. Prayer number 29. I want to cry when something moves me. God, I miss crying. Not the kind that comes from overwhelmed or sadness, but the kind that flows from something true. A song, a memory, a feeling that touches something deep. Now, even when I want to cry, nothing comes. It's like my heart is covered in layers of distance, fatigue, fear. I want to be moved again. I want to tear up because something beautiful surprised me. I want to feel a lump in my throat because something meaningful found me. I don't want to be untouched. I don't want to be sealed off just to avoid breaking. Please, melt whatever's frozen inside me. Let my tears return, not as weakness, but as proof that I still care, that I'm still alive. Amen. Prayer number 30. I want to laugh without checking if it's too much. God, somewhere along the way, I started monitoring my joy, filtering it, toning it down, measuring it so it wouldn't make anyone uncomfortable, or worse, so it wouldn't hurt if it left. I used to laugh loudly, unapologetically, the kind of laugh that shook my body and made others join in even if they didn't know why. Now I laugh politely, controlled, careful. But I want to laugh again, God, the way I did when I wasn't afraid, when I didn't feel self-conscious, when I didn't wonder if I deserved it. Let my laughter be loud again, not to perform, but because something inside me can't hold back joy anymore. Let me forget to be afraid of feeling too much. Let me laugh like a child again, unfiltered, free, alive. Amen.
Prayer 31. I want to be surprised by wonder again. God, I miss being surprised by wonder. Those moments that used to take my breath away, even if just for a second. A bird flying low across the sky, the way someone said my name with kindness, a scent that brought back a memory I forgot I had. They used to stop me, make me look twice, make me feel like life was whispering, "Did you see that? That was for you." Now it all passes by. I'm too tired, too distracted, too numb to notice. But I want it back, God. That spark, that sense of, wow, that childlike gasp when something simple feels holy. Help me slow down enough to see what you're trying to show me. Let wonder find me again, not in big miracles, but in everyday glimpses of grace I've forgotten how to see. Amen. Prayer 32. I want to feel like myself again. God, I look in the mirror and sometimes I don't recognize the person staring back. She moves like me, she talks like me, but something is missing. I used to feel rooted, connected to who I was, my values, my voice, my joy. Now I feel detached, as if I'm playing a role in a life that used to feel like mine. I want to come back to myself, God, to feel centered again, to hear my own heartbeat and say, yes, that's still me. I want to wear my own skin without feeling like a stranger in it. I want to come home to the soul you placed in me, not the polished version, not the one that pleases everyone, just the real me, even if she's quiet, even if she's healing. Please bring me back to myself gently. Amen. Prayer 33. I want to love life again. God, there was a time I loved life, even the hard parts, even the messy days. I'd get excited about small things. A cup of tea, a funny text, a breeze through the window. It wasn't perfect, but I felt alive. Now it feels like I'm just existing, moving through time without touching it, like life is something happening around me, not to me. I want to love life again, not because it's easy, not because it's always kind, but because you are still here in it, because you haven't stopped placing beauty in it, because I don't want to miss it. Open my eyes to what's still good, and open my heart to receive it. Let me love life again, not for what it gives me, but because I'm still here to live it. Amen. Prayer 34. I don't want to just get through anymore. God, for too long, my only goal has been to get through the day, get through work, get through the meeting, get through dinner, get through the evening without breaking. And I've done it, day after day. I've kept going. And I'm proud of that. But I don't want to live like that anymore. I don't want to survive my own life. I want to be in it, to be awake in it, to feel something that makes me pause and say, this is what it means to be alive. Please don't let me drift through life numb and functional. Let me live it, taste it, even the parts that hurt, because I know that joy and sorrow often live side by side, and both mean I'm still human, still breathing, still becoming. Amen. Prayer 35. I want to be present, not just survive. God, I'm here, but I'm not really here. My mind's in the past, my heart's in the future. My body goes through the motions, but my soul feels absent. And I've accepted that as normal. Like, presence is too much to ask for when you're exhausted all the time. But I miss being in the moment, really in it. Noticing the light, hearing the laughter, feeling the breath in my chest as a gift, not just a necessity. I want to be present again, Lord. Not just surviving, not just doing what's required. Let me sink into this life instead of hovering above it. Let me feel my feet on the ground. Let me hear your voice in the quiet. Let me taste today instead of fearing tomorrow. Amen.
Prayer number 36. Please help me come alive again. God, I don't want to sleepwalk through this life anymore. I want to come alive, not just in the physical sense, but in the soul deep, heart awake, spirit on fire way. There are moments when I catch a glimpse of it, a laugh that surprises me, a memory that stirs something inside, a breath that feels like more than just survival. And in those moments, I remember what it felt like to truly live. But they pass quickly, and the numbness returns like fog. Please help me come alive again, God, in my thoughts, in my feelings, in the quiet corners of my soul. Don't just wake me up, keep me awake. Remind me that I was created for more than functioning. I was created for joy, for connection, for aliveness. Let me feel the pulse of life again from the inside out. Amen. Prayer number 37. Show me joy in the small things. God, I used to find joy in the simplest places, the smell of rain, the warmth of a blanket, the way the light hit the floor just right. But lately, I've lost that lens. I walk past beauty, I forget to notice. I forget to care. And maybe joy hasn't left. Maybe I just stopped looking. So today, I'm asking you to slow me down, to help me notice, to help me see again. Show me joy in the small things, the ordinary moments, the quiet gifts I've been too distracted or too numb to receive. Let me smile over something soft. Let me pause when something feels kind. Let me find wonder in what I already have. Because I don't need a miracle. I just need the eyes to see what's already here. Amen. Prayer number 38. I want to believe life still holds good things. God, some days it's hard to believe that good things are still waiting for me. I look at others, their laughter, their milestones, their joy, and I wonder if those days are behind me. But deep down, beneath the tired and the numb, there's still a flicker of hope, still a part of me that wants to believe you are not done writing good stories with my name in them. I want to believe again, Lord, not just in you, but in joy, in beauty, in the idea that my best moments may not have even begun. They may not have even begun. Please restore that belief, even if it's fragile, even if it feels naive. Help me open my hands to receive what you still want to give. Let me trust that life still holds good things just for me. Amen. Prayer number 39. Help me reach for color in a world that feels gray. God, everything around me feels muted, like the world has been drained of color and I've forgotten how to paint it back in. My days blur into each other. My thoughts blend without spark. Even moments that should feel bright pass by in shades of gray. But I know this isn't the whole truth. I know there is color still. I just don't know how to reach for it. Help me, God. Help me choose color again, even if I have to create it, even if it starts small. Let me pick joy like I'd pick flowers from a garden. Let me light candles in rooms that feel dim. Even if the world stays gray, let my spirit hold on to something vivid. Let me carry color wherever I go. Amen. Prayer number 40. I want to feel awe again. God, I miss the feeling of awe, that breathless wonder that made me feel small in the best way. I used to look up at the stars and feel something eternal.
I used to hear music and feel like time had stopped. I used to look at someone I loved and feel a warmth too big to describe. But lately, nothing moves me like that, and I miss it. I miss being shaken by beauty. I miss the thrill of more than me. I miss the stillness that comes when something holy brushes against the ordinary. Please, God, restore my sense of awe. Let me feel wonder again, not because everything is perfect, but because you're still here. Let me be amazed by the sky, by breath, by grace. Let me tremble again in the presence of something good. Amen.
Prayer number 41. God, I feel far from myself. God, I don't know when it happened, but I feel so far from who I used to be, from who I really am. I've changed, or maybe I've just faded into roles, into expectations, into habits that look like me, but don't feel like home. I miss the sound of my own voice, not the one I use for others, but the one I whisper with when I'm truly honest. I feel like I'm watching my life instead of living it, like I'm nearby, but not inside. Please bring me back, Lord, back to the center, back to the heartbeat, back to the soul you designed before the world shaped me into someone else. I don't need to return to my past. I just want to return to myself. Amen. Prayer number 42. I don't recognize who I've become. God, sometimes I look at myself and wonder who's living this life. I've become someone who is tired all the time, someone who smiles less, someone who doesn't ask for much because asking feels like too much work. I used to dream. I used to glow. I used to be more than this version who just copes. I don't hate who I've become, but I don't recognize them either. It's like I've been rewritten by circumstance, edited by pain, blurred by exhaustion. Please help me remember who I was when I was full of light. Help me reclaim the parts of me that still want to rise. And if I'm someone new now, then let that newness come with joy, not just survival. Amen. Prayer number 43. My soul feels quiet, not peaceful, just quiet. God, there's a kind of silence inside me that doesn't feel like peace. It feels like absence, like something left and never came back. My soul isn't screaming, it's not weeping, it's just quiet. And that quiet is starting to scare me, because it used to sing, it used to stretch toward light, it used to hum with hope. Now it's still, and not in the holy way, but in the empty way. I don't know what I've lost, only that I miss it. I miss my own spirit, the sound of something alive within me. Please, God, fill this quiet with something true, not noise, not distraction, just you. Speak gently, but please speak, because even silence can become a prison when you no longer know who's inside it. Amen. Prayer number 44. I'm here, but I feel missing. God, I'm doing all the things, showing up, checking in, getting it done. But deep inside, I feel like I'm not fully here, like something essential has stepped out of me and hasn't returned. I'm here physically, I'm here emotionally, at least enough to function, but spiritually, I feel missing, like my soul took a step back and forgot how to come home, and I don't know how to call it back. So I come to you with this strange ache, this feeling of being present, but absent from myself. God, if I'm missing, find me. If I've wandered off, guide me back. And if I'm still here, but just buried too deep, then dig me out gently. Amen. Prayer number 45. I feel like I'm fading. God, I don't feel broken, I just feel like I'm disappearing. Not all at once, just slowly. In conversations, in crowds, even in front of people who love me. Like my edges are dissolving, like I take up less and less space, even when I'm standing right there. I used to shine. I used to feel seen. Now I feel like background noise in my own story. I don't want to be invisible, God. I don't want to shrink into silence. Help me remember I matter. Help me believe I still carry weight in this world. Help me trust that even if I feel like I'm fading, you still see me clearly. Bring me back into focus, back into meaning, back into light. Amen.
Prayer number 46. I've forgotten how to dream. God, I used to have dreams, big ones, beautiful ones, even silly ones. They lit something in me. They made me feel alive. They gave shape to the future when the present felt uncertain. But somewhere along the way, those dreams faded. Life got heavy. Reality got louder. And dreaming started to feel like a luxury I could no longer afford. Now I don't even know what I want. I just want to want something again. To look forward, to reach, to imagine a tomorrow that excites me. God, help me remember how to dream. Help me trust that it's not too late, that dreaming isn't foolish. It's faith. It's courage. It's the soul stretching again after being cramped by disappointment. Give me permission to dream again, even small dreams, even quiet ones. Amen. Prayer number 47. I used to have fire, now just ashes. God, there was a fire in me once, a passion, a drive, a fierce belief that I was made for something meaningful. I burned bright for people, for ideas, for purpose, for you. But now, it feels like I've burned out. Not from one big storm, but from 1,000 little moments of weariness, silence, and resignation. All that's left are ashes, memories of what used to spark. And I wonder, can ashes burn again? Can something new rise from what's been exhausted? If you're the God who brings beauty from ashes, then here I am, with hands full of what used to be fire, asking for breath, for spark, for life. Not to become who I was, but to become who I still might be. Reignite me, God. Amen. Prayer number 48. Am I broken or just exhausted? God, I keep asking myself this. Am I broken or just tired? Because I can't tell anymore. I can't tell if something inside me is shattered or if I'm just worn thin from holding everything together for too long. People say, rest, slow down, take care of yourself. But how do I rest when the weight I'm carrying doesn't come off at night? How do I breathe when my soul feels tight all the time? God, I need you to look deeper than I can. If I'm broken, hold me. If I'm just exhausted, carry me. Either way, I don't have the strength to sort through this alone. Please meet me here, not with pressure to be okay, but with presence. Just sit with me, God, even if I don't know what to say. Amen. Prayer number 49. I miss being excited to wake up. God, Mornings used to feel like possibility, like a fresh canvas, like the air held secrets waiting to unfold. I used to wake up wondering what beautiful thing might happen today, who I might become, what joy might surprise me. Now I just wake up. No wonder, no spark. Just a quiet sigh and a list of things to survive. I miss that anticipation, that open-hearted readiness for life to do something good. Please, God, let me look forward again. Even if it's just a small thing, let it be enough to pull me toward the day instead of dragging myself through it. Restore my mornings. Let them carry light again. Amen. Prayer number 50. I want to return to myself. God, I've wandered far, not from you, but from myself, from the parts of me that used to dance, that used to feel deeply, that used to know exactly who I was, even when everything else was uncertain. I miss that version of me, the one that laughed loudly, cried freely, trusted boldly. Now I feel like I've been surviving so long, I don't remember how to simply be. But I want to come home, not to the past, but to the core of who I am, who you made me to be. Not someone who's always strong, not someone who always holds it together, but someone who feels, who hopes, who carries light even when it flickers. Help me return to myself, one moment at a time, one breath at a time. Because I know you've been holding the door open the entire time. Amen.
Prayer number 51. I want to know I matter. God, some days I wonder if I stopped showing up, if I stopped pretending, if I stopped smiling when I'm crumbling, would anyone notice? I know it's not true. I know people care. But the loneliness inside me whispers otherwise. I want to feel like I matter. Not because of what I do, not because I'm useful, but simply because I exist. I want to know that if I'm tired, I can rest. If I'm lost, I can be found. If I'm quiet, I'll still be heard by you. Remind me, God, that I don't have to be bright all the time to be worthy of love. That I don't have to earn presence to deserve to be seen. Let my existence, tired, imperfect, unfinished, still carry weight in your eyes. Because maybe if I know I matter to you, I can start to matter to myself again. Amen. Prayer number 52. I feel invisible even to myself. God, it's not that people ignore me. It's that I've started fading from my own view. I can't hear my thoughts clearly anymore. I don't know what I like, what I need, what brings me joy. It's like I've spent so long being what others needed that I forgot how to be myself. I feel like a shadow, present, but not solid, visible, but not seen, even to me. God, if I feel invisible, even in my own life, show me how to see again, to remember the outlines of my soul, to recognize the sound of my spirit. Shine a light on the parts of me that still live beneath the silence, and call me by name, not the name the world gave me, but the one you've whispered since the beginning. Amen. Prayer number 53. I don't want to disappear while still alive. God, it's a strange kind of grief, mourning yourself while still breathing. I catch glimpses of the person I used to be, and I wonder where they went.
not because of tragedy, but because of slow, silent fading. I laugh less, I dream less, I speak less of what matters, and I'm afraid that one day I'll vanish entirely, not in body, but in soul. I don't want to disappear while still alive. Please help me stay present, stay true, stay connected to what makes me me. I don't want to become a shell. I want to be a soul, still moving, still open, still capable of joy. Please don't let me fade, God. Pull me back before I lose sight of myself completely. Amen. Prayer number 54. I want to be more than my numbness. God, this numbness is loud. It wraps around everything until joy feels foreign and sorrow feels unreachable. I'm not empty, but I'm not full either. And I hate that this is how I feel. Not because it's weak, but because it's not who I am, not who I want to be. I want to be more than my numbness, more than survival, more than the mask I wear so people don't worry. I want to feel again, even if it's messy, even if it takes time. I don't need to be overflowing, just open. Let my heart wake up, God, even if it flutters before it flies. Amen. Prayer number 55. Please find me where I've lost myself. God, there are days I feel like I've left pieces of myself scattered across time, moments where I silenced my voice, days I abandoned my own joy to carry someone else's burden, seasons where I became who I had to be, not who I truly was. And now I'm trying to gather what's left, but I don't know where to begin. So I ask you, please find me in the places where I've lost myself, in the roles I played too long, in the silence I sat in too deeply, in the wounds I learned to call normal. Search those places, God. Call my name in them and guide me home, not just to you, but to the me you created beneath all the noise. Amen. Prayer number 56. Remind me I am not my emptiness. God, there are days I confuse my emotions with my identity. If I feel empty, I must be empty. If I feel numb, I must be broken. If I feel nothing, then maybe I am nothing. But that isn't true, right? You made me more than a moment, more than a season, more than a single ache. So please, God, remind me, I am not my emptiness. I am not the silence in my chest. I am not the weariness behind my eyes. I am still here, still loved, still held by you. Let that be louder than the void. Let that be deeper than the numbness. Let that truth be the thread that pulls me back when I forget who I am. Amen. Prayer number 57. Help me carry this silent sadness. God, some sadness doesn't cry. It doesn't shout. It doesn't even ask for help. It just sits quietly inside, like a fog that doesn't lift, like a shadow that follows, even in light. I don't know where it came from, and I don't know how to name it, but I feel it, and I carry it through meetings, through conversations, through long nights where nothing feels wrong, but nothing feels right. I'm not asking you to take it all away, though I wish you would. I'm just asking you to help me carry it. Sit with me in this silent sadness. Let your presence be the comfort I can't put into words. And when the time comes, when I'm ready, help me loosen my grip on it and let light come in again. Amen. Prayer number 58. Let me breathe again, God. God, some days I forget to breathe. Not literally, but soul deep. I hold everything so tightly. I brace for what might go wrong. I keep myself so busy trying not to fall apart that I forget how to inhale peace. I don't want to live like this, with clenched fists and a guarded heart. I want to exhale, to soften, to feel air move through me like a gift, not a chore. Please, God, teach me how to breathe again, not just in my lungs, but in my spirit. Let me breathe in gentleness, breathe in mercy, breathe in the truth that I don't have to fight to be worthy of rest. I am allowed to be still. Let me breathe, and let that be enough for today. Amen. Prayer number 59. Whisper truth louder than the silence in me. God, the silence inside me is getting loud. Not because I want it there, but because I don't know what to replace it with. I've forgotten how to pray with joy. I've forgotten how to speak hope out loud. I've forgotten what it feels like to be filled. So I sit here with this empty space echoing inside. But I know you're not afraid of silence. You don't need noise to move. You don't need perfection to stay close. So I ask you, God, whisper truth to me. Louder than this quiet, stronger than this numbness. Say something that reaches my spirit, even if it's just, I'm still here. Because sometimes that's all I need to hear to keep holding on. Amen. Prayer number 60. I want to be whole again. God, I don't expect perfection. I don't expect to be the person I once was, but I want to feel whole. Not put together, not polished, just whole. The kind of wholeness that says, this is who I am, flawed, tired, healing, but still here. I don't want to keep living in fragments, one piece of me in the past, another in survival mode, and whatever's left buried under responsibilities. Please gather me, God. Gather what's been scattered. Make me one again. Not because I fixed everything, but because I finally stopped running from myself. Let my wholeness come not from strength, but from surrender, from knowing I am loved exactly as I am, even now. Amen. Prayer 61. God, even if I don't feel you, I still call you. God, there are days I whisper your name, not because I feel you close, but because I can't bear the silence without you in it. I don't feel the warmth, I don't feel the closeness, but I still reach. Not because I'm strong, but because you're all I've ever known to reach for, when everything else feels numb. Maybe this is faith, not the loud kind, but the quiet decision to still say your name when I don't hear you say mine. God, I don't feel you, but I believe you still hear me, and that has to be enough tonight. Amen. Prayer 62. I whisper even when I feel ignored. God, I know you don't ignore me. I know that. But sometimes it feels like you're distant, like I'm pouring my heart into the wind and nothing answers back. I've learned not to expect booming voices, but even the silence feels too silent lately. Still, I whisper. Still, I pray. Still, I reach. Because deep in my spirit, there's this ache that refuses to stop hoping. So I'll keep whispering, even when I feel unheard. And maybe, in ways I can't see yet, you're already answering with things deeper than words. Amen. Prayer 63. I still show up, even when I'm hollow. God, I don't have much to bring today. No overflowing joy, no words of wisdom, not even tears, just this hollow feeling, like a cup with nothing in it, like a body moving but a soul that hasn't caught up. Still, I'm here. Still, I showed up. Still, I turned my face toward you when I could have turned away. Let that be my prayer today. Not eloquence, not passion, just presence. Let my showing up be worship. Let my hollow hands be holy space for you to fill again. if and when you're ready. I'm here, God. That's all I've got. Amen. Prayer 64. I believe joy exists, even if not for me yet. God, I see it in others, the joy, the sparkle, the lightness, and I'm happy for them, truly. But a small voice inside me wonders, will it ever be my turn again? I've stopped trying to force joy, but I still ache for it. I still believe it's real, even if my hands haven't held it in a while. So today, I won't fake it. I won't pretend I'm there, but I'll stay open. I'll keep space for it, like leaving the porch light on for a guest who hasn't arrived yet. God, I believe joy exists, and maybe, just maybe, it's on its way back to me. Amen. Prayer 65. I want to want you again. God, I haven't walked away from you, but I've grown tired inside. Tired in ways that don't look like rebellion, just distance. I used to hunger for you, used to chase you, used to feel my spirit stir when I whispered your name. Now it feels quiet, and I hate that, because I miss wanting you. I miss that fire, that intimacy, that quiet ache that pulled me toward you in the dark. So please, if I've lost the want, help me find it again. Reignite the longing, stir my affections. Make me hunger for the only one who's never stopped wanting me. Amen.
Prayer number 66. I pray with no spark, but I still pray. God, there used to be fire in my prayers, tears, yearning, moments where I could feel your presence just by whispering your name. But lately, my prayers feel like echoes, flat, quiet, uninspired. I say the words, but the spark is gone. Still, I pray, not because I feel it, not because I always believe something will shift, but because I've learned that even silent prayers can shake heaven when they come from truth. So here's my truth. I'm numb. I'm tired, but I'm still here. Still talking to you, still holding space for you, still believing even if I don't feel. And maybe that's what faith looks like, in the in-between. Amen. Prayer number 67. I offer my emptiness. God, I don't have much today. Not clarity, not strength, not joy. Just this emptiness, this dull ache, this hollow space where something used to be. But maybe emptiness isn't a failure. Maybe it's an offering. So here, I place it before you, not wrapped in beauty, not polished in words, just raw, quiet, real. If you're the God who multiplies loaves and fish, can you also do something with empty hands? If you're the God who fills the void, can you start here? I offer what I don't have, so you can become what I need. Amen. Prayer number 68. I give you my silence too. God, so many people think prayers need to be loud, full of words, full of certainty, full of faith-filled declarations. But I don't have that today. All I have is silence. The kind that isn't peaceful, just heavy. The kind that doesn't hide rebellion, just exhaustion. But if you are who I believe you are, then you understand even this. So I give you my silence too. Let it be a language you still receive. Let it be a prayer that doesn't need to be spoken to be heard. Sit with me in the quiet, not to fix it, but to hold it. And if you speak, let it be into the silence I no longer know how to break. Amen. Prayer number 69. Even in my flatness, I'm still yours. God, I feel flat today. Not broken, not in crisis, just blink. No passion, no depth, no tears, no song. And sometimes that worries me because I think I've confused passion with proof of connection. But maybe you still hold me in the flatness. Maybe I'm still yours when I feel nothing at all. So I won't force emotion today. I'll just show up. Let my presence be my prayer. Let my breath be enough for you. And if you want to meet me here, you'll find me exactly as I am. No fireworks, no deep revelations, just still yours. Still showing up, still believing you don't need my fire to stay close. Amen. Prayer number 70. I'm not okay, but I'm still here. God, I want to be honest. I'm not okay. I haven't been for a while, but I'm still here. Still waking up, still showing up, still whispering prayers even when my voice shakes. I don't need to be perfect to be present. I don't need to be whole to be held. And maybe today that truth is enough to carry me. Because if you only loved the parts of me that are okay, I would have lost you long ago. But you love me here, in the mess, in the doubt, in the dragging myself through another day. So I'll stop pretending. I'll just be here, real, raw, weary, and trust that you are too. Amen.
Prayer number 71. This numbness isn't rejection, it's survival. God, I used to feel so guilty for not feeling anything, for praying with a dry heart, for walking through days like a shadow, for showing up empty when I used to overflow. But I'm beginning to understand. This numbness isn't rejection, it's survival. It's my body and soul trying to keep me from falling apart completely. I didn't shut you out. I just shut down because I didn't know how to keep holding everything. And I think you know that. I think you're not mad. I think you're not distant. I think you've just been sitting beside me in the quiet, waiting for me to stop blaming myself for needing rest. So I'll stop apologizing. I'll stop trying to fake what I don't feel. And I'll let this numbness be a season, not a sentence. Because even this is not beyond your love. Amen. Prayer number 72. I still choose to whisper your name. God, some people shout their faith from rooftops. They sing with fire. They dance in joy. But me? I whisper. And lately, even the whisper feels like work. But I still do it. Because something in me believes that even a whisper of your name can carry more than all my silence. So here is, Jesus. I don't have much more than that right now, but I choose you. Even when I don't feel you, even when joy feels far, even when faith feels faint. I choose to whisper instead of walk away, because even my smallest yes is still a yes, and I believe you hear it. Amen. Prayer number 73. I still believe there's more to life. God, even in this low place, this quiet place, this tired, tearless place, there's a flicker inside me that refuses to die. It says, this can't be all there is. There must be more than numbness. Joy isn't a thing of the past. I don't have evidence. I don't have emotion. I just have this tiny voice inside my worn-out soul. And I choose to believe it. I choose to believe there's still beauty, still laughter I haven't heard yet, still mornings that will feel light again, still moments that will remind me why I stayed. So hold on to this part of me, God, the part that still hopes, still believes, still reaches for more, even when everything else has stopped. Because I want that more. I'm not done yet. Amen. Prayer number 74. Even in my stillness, I seek you. God, I'm not running after you today, not dancing in worship, not climbing any mountain of faith. I'm just still. But I'm not distant. I'm not gone. I'm just quiet. And even in my stillness, my soul leans toward you. Maybe that's what seeking looks like right now. Not movement, but direction. Not noise, but posture. Not striving, but surrender. I'm facing you, God. Even if I'm not moving fast, even if I'm not moving at all, let that be enough. Let that be worship. Let that be love. Amen. Prayer number 75. I'm tired, but I'm not done. God, I won't lie. I'm tired. Tired of fighting for joy. Tired of pretending to be okay. Tired of carrying myself through days that used to excite me. But I'm not done. There is a difference. I haven't quit. I haven't shut down completely. There's still a breath in me that wants more. More than numbness, more than survival, more than just existing. So take this tired heart, God. Don't ask it to be strong. Just hold it. And remind me that even this version of me, the weary, quiet, almost out of faith one, is still enough for you. I'm tired, but I'm not done. Please keep walking with me until I feel like walking again too. Amen.
Prayer 76. My soul is quiet, not absent. God, my soul feels so quiet lately, not in the peaceful way, but in the way silence sometimes feels like a question, like something's missing, or waiting, or hiding. But I remind myself, quiet doesn't mean absent. Stillness doesn't mean gone. And maybe you're not asking me to be loud to be heard. Maybe you're here, in the silence. Maybe you're speaking, in the spaces between my thoughts. Help me trust that my soul is still here, even if she's whispering. Help me believe that even when I don't feel strong, or spiritual, or expressive, you're not far. You're in the hush, in the breath, in the waiting. My soul is quiet, but she still belongs to you. Amen. Prayer 77. Don't give up on me, God. God, I've let go of many things. Dreams, plans, pieces of who I used to be. But there's one thing I pray never happens. I pray you never let go of me. Because some days, I don't have the strength to hold on. Some days, I lose sight of hope. Some days, I forget how to pray, or I'm too tired to try. But even then, don't give up on me. Keep reaching. Keep whispering. Keep knocking, even if I've grown too weary to open the door. Remind me, again and again, that your grip is stronger than my doubt, and that grace holds on, even when I don't. Amen. Prayer 78. I still believe in joy. Deep down. God, even after everything, even in this flat and heavy season, there's still something in me that believes joy is real. I don't feel it now. I don't expect it to show up suddenly, but deep down, beneath the layers of fatigue, beneath the numbness, beneath the quiet surrender, there's a small, stubborn light that won't go out. I believe in joy, not the loud kind, not the staged kind, but the kind that feels like morning sun on tired skin. Please protect that belief, God. Don't let it die in me. Don't let the world convince me that joy is for other people. Let me carry that belief like a seed in winter, quiet, unseen, but still alive. Amen. Prayer number 80. Hold on to me until I can hold joy again. God, right now I don't have the strength to chase joy. I don't have the energy to fight for peace. I don't have the clarity to reach for healing. So instead, I ask you to hold on to me. Just hold me. In the stillness, in the fog, in the numb waiting room of my heart. Wrap your arms around what's left of me and don't let go until joy comes home again, until laughter finds its way back, until my soul remembers how to dance. I don't need to feel it yet. I just need to know you won't let go. And if you're holding me, then I can rest, even here. Amen.
Prayer number 81. Remind me of a moment I laughed without effort. God, it's been so long since I laughed without forcing it, since joy bubbled up without guilt or hesitation, since something small made me feel alive without warning. Please take me back, not to a time, but to a feeling. Remind me of a moment when my laugh was real, when my shoulders dropped, when my soul exhaled, when I forgot to protect my heart and just felt light. I don't need to live in the past, but I want to remember that I was once that person, the one who laughed freely, the one who wasn't afraid of joy. Remind me, so I can believe she still lives inside me somewhere. Amen. Prayer number 82. Let joy knock softly again. God, if joy comes back, I don't need it to kick down the door. I don't need fireworks. I don't need to be overwhelmed. Just let it knock, softly, gently, patiently. Let it come like sunlight through curtains, like a memory that makes me smile before I realize I'm smiling. I'm not ready for big emotions, but I'm ready for tiny reminders that happiness hasn't forgotten me. So if joy visits, let me notice, let me open, let me welcome it like an old friend I've missed deeply, but didn't know how to invite back. Amen. Prayer number 83. Restore the music in my soul. God, there used to be music in me, a rhythm, a melody, a quiet song that made even ordinary days feel alive. I would hum it in the way I walked, in how I loved, in the way I paused to notice beauty. But now, there's only static, silence, blankness. I don't know when the music stopped, but I miss it. I miss the sound of my soul when it was unafraid to sing. Please, God, restore that music, even if it's a whisper at first. Let my heart find harmony again with you, with myself, with this life I'm trying to love again. Amen. Prayer number 84. Remind me of the colors I used to love. God, the world used to feel so full of color, not just visually, but emotionally. I used to love the deep blue of evening, the golden flicker of candles, the soft pink that made everything feel gentle. But lately, everything's just gray, neutral, washed out. I want to remember the colors I used to love, the ones that stirred something in me, the ones that made my heart blink. Not because the world changed, but because I did. Please bring those colors back, not to my eyes, but to my spirit. Let beauty feel bold again. Let the dullness lift, one shade at a time. Amen. Prayer number 85. Help me chase light, not just avoid darkness. God, for a while now, I've been living to avoid pain, avoid triggers, avoid collapse. And I'm grateful, because some seasons are about survival. But now I'm tired of only running from darkness. I want to move toward light. I want to choose joy, not as a reward, but as a direction. Help me chase what's beautiful again, what's kind, what feels like warmth in my chest instead of pressure in my lungs. I don't want to live reactively. I want to live intentionally, with my eyes open, my soul reaching, and my heart saying yes to whatever light still lingers at the edge of this season. Amen.
Prayer number 86. Return wonder to my eyes. God, I miss the way I used to look at the world. Everything held possibility, even the smallest things. A leaf dancing in the wind, a child's laugh, the moon behind clouds, all of it could move me. Now my eyes feel tired, my vision feels dull. I see, but I don't notice. I don't want to live like that. Not because I owe it to anyone, but because my soul aches for wonder again. Please return it, Lord. Not all at once, just enough to wake something up in me. Let my eyes pause again. Let them widen again. Let them sparkle, even just for a moment, because that sparkle means I'm alive, and I want to feel alive again. Amen. Prayer number 87. Help me feel the beauty in being alive. God, I've forgotten what it feels like to simply be grateful to be here. Not because I have everything I want, not because the pain is gone, but just because I'm breathing. I want to remember what a miracle that is, that I'm still waking up, still walking, still feeling the sun on my face, still being held by you, even in the dark. Let me feel the beauty in being alive. Let me find joy in things I usually rush past. I don't need my life to be perfect. I just want to know it's sacred. Even now, even like this. Amen. Prayer number 88. Let joy become familiar again. God, joy feels foreign these days, like a language I haven't spoken in years. When it comes, it feels awkward. I flinch. I doubt it. I wonder if I'm allowed to keep it. But I don't want to live like a stranger to joy. I want to let it sit at my table, to stop questioning its presence, to stop apologizing for feeling good. Please let joy become familiar again. Not rare, not earned, not borrowed, but part of who I am. Let it feel natural, safe, honest. And when it comes, let me stay open long enough to let it stay a while. Amen. Prayer number 89. Bring warmth to my frozen places. God, some parts of me have gone cold, not because I stopped believing, but because I stopped feeling. Pain did that. Disappointment did that. Trying to stay strong for too long did that. Now there are places in me that feel like winter, hard, quiet, frozen. But you are not afraid of cold places. You step into them with fire in your breath and gentleness in your hands. So here they are, Lord, the frozen places in me. Bring warmth again. Melt what's gone stiff. Soften what's become guarded. And let love circulate where numbness once lived. Amen. Prayer number 90. Let me feel joy, even if it's soft and slow. God, I've stopped waiting for joy to crash in like a wave. Maybe that was the mistake. Expecting it to be loud, dramatic, overwhelming. Maybe joy is a quiet thing, a slow thing, a warm hand, not a lightning bolt. So today, I open myself to that kind of joy, the kind that whispers instead of shouts, that grows instead of explodes, that lingers gently instead of rushing in and out. Let me feel it, even if it's small, even if it's fleeting, even if it's still learning how to stay, because soft joy is still real joy, and I am ready to welcome it. Amen.
Prayer number 91. Let happiness grow like a seed in dry ground. God, I've stopped asking for joy to fall from the sky. I'm not waiting for a sudden flood of gladness. What I long for now is slower, gentler, deeper. Let happiness grow in me like a seed in dry ground. Something quiet, something hidden, but something that's alive. I know I've been tired. I know my soil feels hard. But you've grown beauty in worse places. So plant it, God, even now, even here, and teach me to water it with small hopes, to shield it with grace, to wait with faith, because joy, when grown slowly, lasts longer. Amen. Prayer number 92. Surprise me with something beautiful. God, I've gotten used to managing expectations, protecting my heart by never hoping too much, avoiding disappointment by avoiding desire altogether. But I miss being surprised by beauty, not because I planned for it, not because I earned it, just because it came. So today, Lord, I'm asking for something small, not a miracle, not a breakthrough, just something beautiful that I didn't see coming. Something that makes me smile before I realize I'm smiling. Something that reminds me you still move in unexpected ways. Surprise me, God, even gently, even quietly. Let me know I'm still seen. Amen. Prayer number 93. Restore the language of laughter. God, there was a time when laughter was my language, natural, unforced, shared without second guessing. Now it feels foreign, clunky, like I've forgotten the rhythm of joy in my own voice. But I want to laugh again, not just politely, not for others, but for me. I want to remember what it's like to feel something inside me rise and spill out in light. God, restore the language of laughter. Let it return syllable by syllable, moment by moment, until my soul understands it again. Let it be fluent once more, in joy, in silliness, in freedom, and let it be real. Amen. Prayer number 94. Remind me it's okay to feel again. God, for so long I've been guarding my heart, trying not to feel too deeply, trying not to get hurt again. But I've built walls so well, even joy can't get in. Please remind me, it's okay to feel again. It's okay to soften. It's okay to let the tears fall when something touches me. It's okay to laugh even when the world still feels uncertain. I don't have to fear my emotions. I don't have to apologize for them. You made me to feel and called it good. So help me stop living in protection mode. Help me risk being alive, even if it's vulnerable, even if it's messy. Amen. Prayer number 95. Show me joy in the ordinary. God, I used to think joy had to be loud, big, dramatic. But I'm learning that some of the deepest joy comes quietly, through the ordinary. A warm cup, a kind text, the way light hits the wall at 4 p.m., a breath that doesn't hurt. So today, don't send me fireworks, send me awareness.
send me the eyes to see that joy is hiding in plain sight. Don't change my life, change the way I see my life. Because maybe joy has been here all along, waiting for me to pay attention. Amen.
Prayer 96. Help me carry hope without forcing it. God, sometimes I'm afraid to say I have hope, because what if it disappears again? What if I get let down again? But I don't want to live my life bracing for disappointment. I want to live open. Help me carry hope, not like a burden, not like an obligation, but like a small candle I protect gently with my hands. Not forced, not faked, just real enough to light my next step. Amen. Prayer 97. Let me be honest about the good days. God, when good days come, and they do, I don't always trust them. I analyze them. I wait for the crash. I convince myself they won't last. But that's not how I want to live. I want to let good moments be good, without guilt, without fear. Let me say, today was beautiful, and believe it. Let me laugh without tracking how long it lasts. Let me enjoy without apology. Because joy is not a trick, it's a gift, and I want to learn how to receive it again. Amen. Prayer 98. Remind me that joy can coexist with pain. God, I used to think joy only came when the pain was gone, but now I know they can live side by side. I can grieve and still laugh. I can ache and still hope. I can be healing and still sing. Remind me that joy doesn't erase pain. It holds it, softens it, wraps it in something brighter. So if I'm still hurting, but I also feel a smile rising, let me trust that both are real, both are sacred, both are part of healing. Amen. Prayer 99. Let my joy return like an old friend. God, joy doesn't need to come rushing back, but I'd like to meet it again, not as a stranger, not as a miracle, but as an old friend, familiar, safe, known. Let it walk beside me again, not as a proof that everything is perfect, but as a quiet witness that I'm still alive inside. Let it greet me with gentleness. Let it rest in my chest without asking for performance. Let my soul whisper, I remember you. And let joy whisper back, I never really left. Amen. Prayer 100. Thank you for letting me feel again. God, if I've learned anything through all this, it's that feeling is a gift. Even when it's heavy, even when it's confusing, even when I forget what happiness feels like, the ability to even want joy means there's still life in me. So thank you for not letting me go numb forever, for walking with me through the quiet, the flat, the almost gave up moments, and for staying patient as I slowly came back to life. This isn't the end. This is the beginning of remembering what it means to be fully human again. I may not feel it every day, but today, I feel something. And that's enough. Amen. Moonlight Whisper. You made it here, to Prayer 100. Not because everything is fixed, but because you chose not to give up on joy. Not yet. Not today. Let that be your quiet victory. You are not broken. You are becoming. And joy is still possible for you. Let it begin again.